Thank you so much for joining us on Straight Out of Savannah, talking with Tammy, with my guest Paulina Podibiello. I'm so excited that she has agreed to join us so that we can have an amazing intuitive conversation. So, Paulina, tell the folks who you are and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. First of all, I'm very happy to be here. I'm really, really excited because I love your energy and I feel like listeners will really benefit from our conversation because when two minds come together, there's some magic that's going to be shared during this conversation. So, my name is Paulina and I'm an intuitive healer. I also do energy readings and I work with energy chakras and different decks and I run women's retreats. I particularly work with women. I love working with women. And I discovered that my true passion is to empower women because this is something I've been struggling myself for many years and standing in my power and just understanding I'm getting chills when I'm saying this, just understanding that I was coming from like Poland and I spent half of my life away from my country and traveling and being in America for 11 years. I really had to become very independent and very ferocious like a lioness. And we're coming to a full moon in Leo on Thursday. So I had to learn how to be independent and very resilient. So I think that's my mission, to empower other women, to push them to step outside of their comfort zone and tap into their true essence, because I've been always a truth seeker and wisdom seeker for many years. I have so many courses, so many certifications and masters.
Yes.
So it's I feel like it's this empowerment, knowing that you are good enough and you don't need another course.
Yes, that is, yes, yes, that is a mouthful. That is so real. It's so amazing that you would talk about that because that is, one of the things that definitely is needful in this planet. And so, because my focus on the show is people who are changing the planet, how do you see yourself changing the planet, Paulina?
So I'm getting chills. I hope it's going to be channeled message. So I see myself as a trainer, and my goal is to, obviously I do one-on-one readings and small coaching packages for a few months, but my bigger goal is to have a kind of like a training facility for women.
Mm.
Maybe I open to men eventually, but right now I'm going to just focus on women because I feel like this is my goal, to empower women to step into that true version of themselves. And I've been working with a lot of different women, but I feel a strong connection with younger women,
Yeah.
especially when in their 20s. I actually have one girl, she's only 18, but she's so mature and advanced spiritually, and
Mm.
she's still a kid, but she's amazing. And I really feel like my goal and intention is to train young women, especially in their 20s,
Mm.
to show them the way and empower them to trust themselves and love themselves and um, really be authentic. Because right now, for example, I'm on social media, I look on TikTok and I see all those beautiful women who are not real, and they have fake eyelashes, they have tons of makeup. It's like, why? You're only 20, you have so much goodness. You can do this when you're 50, 60, when you have to cover up because there's not that much left to show. And it's just, it makes me really sad, and I feel like there's pressure to look good, and what really is good, like for one person looking good may be really fake, for another person looking good is authentic, like raw. And I think, I'm getting chills, I think for a lot of men, raw woman is the most beautiful, the most authentic,
Yeah.
and they really love that.
Yes, I agree. I agree completely. I didn't even wear makeup until I was way, way grown. I mean, I think
I mean, you don't have any now. You look so natural.
I wear lipstick, lip gloss. That's about it. Every now and again, I'll put some shadow on, and I like the mascara and stuff. I like the lashes, but I just personally, I don't want to start another habit because you get the lashes, you got to get them filled in just like nails and all that stuff, and I don't have no desire to do all that, and I know a lot of people do, but that's just for me. It's just I just don't, even though I love them. But
I
I'll
know
put
it
the
takes
shoe ones on in a minute.
it takes it takes a lot of time because I used to work for American Express. I had a corporate job, and I was working with women who will literally spend 2 3 hours in the bathroom to look good on the trade show floor,
Oh,
and I would take 10 minutes and just walk out and just look as I normally look. And some of those women were really, spending a lot of time and trying to look good and try to be polished. And it's like, okay, I think it's just a lot of time that you're wasting. This is my opinion. Obviously, I don't want to like say anything about, anyone who's spending a lot of time, but I feel like in my opinion, I can spend that time on something more productive.
yes, yes. So you feel like there should be a move and a shift for to help younger women to be able to embrace their true self
Yes. Yes.
without having to cover up and change who they are and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I also feel it's easier a little bit for me to work with younger women because I have that childlike energy, and I feel like it's easier to influence them when they're young because there's not that much damage done, and they can still change their destiny or like part of the destiny or like their reality by tapping into that when they're 20 instead of, starting their spiritual journey when they're 50 and 60. It's a little bit more, complicated because of the baggage and wounds and drama and all those.
Shadows.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I feel like when we start early, it gives us more potential to influence and create the rippling effect.
Yes, I agree with that completely. And it's funny because I actually have a lot of young ladies that reach out to me, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I can do this,
Yeah,
because to me, I think about all the things I wish somebody would have told me
I
at
know.
that age. I wish that there was somebody that was there helping me. Although I did have my grandmother, but only to a certain point, and then she went to another dimension as well. But yeah, so I think about that, and I think about, what would I have wanted to know? What would I have, benefited from, a particular knowledge and stuff at that age? That would have gotten me um, probably closer to where I want to be earlier. Is that something that you consider when you speak to young ladies?
Yes, I think it's really important to have a mentor. I was always looking for people in my life. And obviously, as I was young and naive, I would trust, wrong people or people who, you know, I wouldn't say take advantage of me, but will probably not reveal all the information. And then they kind of feed off my energy because I was so young and so like, eager to help and not asking a lot in return. So I feel like it's really important to have a trusted, mentor or teacher or
Yes,
even a coach, because I feel there's so much opportunity when you work with someone closely. It's like you cannot tickle yourself, right? You have to have someone who can tickle you. It's the same with coaching or mentorship, or spiritual teacher. This is the person who's gonna kind of tickle you so you can feel the sensations and you can kind of get closer to your goal, because we all have certain patterns and we have certain blocks and we cannot see them. So we can do this we can do a lot of things on our own, but it's going to take us forever. Like you're going to be 70, it's like, oh my gosh, I finally arrived. But what
Jesus, yes,
yes, but then you feel like your body is it's like, kind of older, and then you don't have the energy, and maybe you accumulated this money, this knowledge, and all this amazing, wealth and health. It's not there. And it's like, how can you enjoy it?
right, exactly. That is so real. And the thing is that's kind of how you think as you get older. When you start looking back, you're like, well, maybe, I wish I would have had this and I wish I would have had that. And so it sounds like to me that you're kind of creating out of that need, and you're looking back and reaching back and grabbing another sister and saying, come on, I can help you, I can show you, I can do this for you. Um, Something I was gonna ask you. So do you feel like in your journey, what do you feel like was the greatest push in your journey toward doing what it is that you are doing now?
I think my depression and my sense of failure, because I've been struggling with I think the biggest hit was 2 years ago, and I'm gonna be vulnerable here because of my personal story. My sister, she was trying to commit suicide, and that was like a terrible like heartbreaking moment and an eye opener for how our whole family. And she was really young and beautiful, and but she didn't love herself.
Gotcha.
She didn't love herself, and she hated everything, and she just wanted to end this life. And luckily she was saved. I saved her, so everything is good, and she's in a beautiful journey right now. And 2 years later, we have amazing turnout, and she's in a very good space. But this was a very deep and profound moment in my life when I kind of started with her. Then I went into my own depression and feeling that life is empty and meaningless, and everything sucks. And I would spend weeks staring at the wall and not doing anything, and just feeling completely out of life, right?
Hmm.
And something happened in that moment when I was like kind of suffering, and I was thinking I need to do something. And slowly, after a few months, I started going back into yoga and energy work and healers, and I went into alternative methods. I didn't go to a doctor, because when I would go to a doctor, they would prescribe some antidepressants, and I didn't want to take them. And I would go every week, and they said to me, nothing changed, you're still depressed. And it's like, okay, this is not what I want to hear. And I say, you need to take those pills. It's like, I don't want to take those pills. I know they're not going to help me. I know deep down, as much as I was confused and low energy, I didn't want to take it. So it took a lot of my like energy and stamina and this courage to push through. And eventually, after a few months of holistic approach to life, doing a lot of things with energy and yoga and spirituality, I got myself out of that. And supplements and food, because everything holistically,
Yes.
it took me back to my true state of being, which is joyful and happy. And I feel that that was my biggest aha moment in my life. And then I started like going into that going through that, and discovering different things, going deeper into understanding and creating my business.
Oh, that's super powerful. That is super powerful because there are so many women out there, and not only women too. I actually know that there are a lot of men in the same position. That they're at this place where they're trying to figure things out and depressed and don't know where to turn and what to do and all that stuff. So I applaud you on even wanting to help in that arena because that is huge. Because there are so many women and, like I said, and men too, that deal with that on a regular basis. So, what do you feel like was um, the word I was going to use? What was the reason behind why you felt like the depression came to hit
So because of my sister, I kind of started thinking about this on a deeper level. Like I felt like a failure. I think the depression came to me as a sense of failure, that I failed. Like I don't have a proper family. My sister doesn't want to live here. I didn't really accomplish that much in terms of my career, because I was, in the corporate world and pursuing things that I was not meant to do. And finally, this business is my soulful business. This is my, version of my true self, and this is my business for life. It's not like, oh, let me start here, let me figure out here. I had a few businesses before and they failed because they were not in my alignment. So this is my business, that it's me, like I'm the business. I This is my purpose, my goal, to spread wisdom and share the knowledge. Because I experienced so many different things in life,
you?
I feel like I can be this, this voice of wisdom, and share my story in order to inspire others to see that there is the light at the end of the tunnel. And
Yeah.
also, cards helped me tremendously. I was using, actually I have a deck here. I have all my decks. It looks like a library. This deck, it's called Osho Zen Tarot.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I love this deck. So when I was, depressed, I would start working with the deck, and then I would like pull out a few cards and just get into that. And actually, this deck helped me tremendously. I will be pulling cards every day, and I will get the same card probably for like, a week, because my energy didn't change and I didn't take action because I was depressed. But I was still like going deeper and trying to understand what is the message there. And so I highly recommend, having kind of a spiritual tool like cards, to tap into your subconscious and see what's there to learn. For
Yeah.
me, it was the self-worth, the go overcoming the, the judgment, the criticism being too much in my head,
Yeah.
and slowly dropping into my heart. And after that, few months after, I kind of fell in love, and I had my boyfriend who opened my heart, and then my life completely changed.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. I actually pulled one today for myself, and it was surrender fear,
Oh, I love this.
because I love those surrender cards. Do you have them?
No,
Oh, girl.
I have so many decks.
Me too. Me too. I could show them, but I have a million. But this surrender deck is my favorite one for like every day for me. And then I pull them sometimes on lives as well, because I really feel like we need to surrender, and we need to surrender every single day.
Yeah.
Because the thing is people are like, well, I can't wait till my journey's finished and I finish shadow work, and I'm like, you never finish shadow work. There's always more. There's
That's true.
always deeper levels. There's always more to peel back like an onion. But this
That's
one
true.
is these
Oh, I
power
love
surrender.
those.
And it's Judith Orloff.
This is
But yeah, they're like amazing. I seen somebody was pulling them on a live I saw, and I was like, I got to find those cards. So I found them on Amazon, and I was like, yeah. So every day, I pull me a surrender card, because I say, what do I most need to surrender today? Because don't you find that with the energy work, um, people think that because you see their aura today, it's purple, that it's going to be purple tomorrow, and it's not always the case.
No, it doesn't work like that. There's so many. I think that's why our work is so fascinating, because everything changes, permanence of everything composed from my Buddhist teachings. And it's, life comes and goes. It's like ebb and flow. It's like always changing, and you can be happy and someone's gonna piss you off, and you can go into this anger, red mode of being furious, right?
Yes, yes.
So it changes, and it's never constant.
No, I was gonna say you can make that decision.
That's
If
correct.
you're not, because that's the place I'm at now. It's like, I'm gonna make this decision to not be pissed off because of something somebody else did. But that is another journey in itself.
You have to surrender. You
Yes,
have to let go.
you have to, because if you don't, it's not going to serve you or anybody else. And it's funny because I actually share that with a lot of younger people too. And I'm like, listen, you can choose how you act. You can either act or you can react.
That's correct.
I said it's really up to you. I said, to be honest with you, if you act, it's going to be turn out better for you than if you react. I said you have to consider that and think about that. And so I believe that is a part of the work that we do to help people, is to show them that there are other ways,
Yeah,
that there are other choices,
that's correct.
you know. So
Yeah.
where do you see yourself taking your business? I mean, what's your big picture?
So I mean, my goal from early age, even though I didn't know I'm gonna be doing what I'm doing right now, I had this kind of like a vision as a businesswoman when I was a child. Like when I was a kid, all my girlfriends were thinking, oh, I want to get married, I want to have a husband, I want to have a kid. And me, I was like, no, I want to have a Ferrari and I want to be a businesswoman. And I kind of study business, I finished one of the top schools in England with a business degree, but I felt like the business is not really the solution. It's nice to know the business, but it's, there's something more. I was always seeking the truth and like kind of like wisdom, like something deeper, more profound. And I think for me, Right now I'm in the growing state, growing my business.
Yeah.
So definitely, my goal is to be online and create retreats for women all over the world. I love traveling. My rising is in Sagittarius, so I'm all about fun, adventure, and travel. And I'm all about being, very international and running retreats or training people and having few locations, to maybe one in Manhattan and then some other place by the water. We talked about it last time, like
Yeah.
maybe Mexico. I love Mexico so much. By the water, when there is nature and there is this access to this raw, Mother Earth frequency of love.
And for me, it's seafood.
Yeah.
I love some lobster and some crab and some shrimp and some scallops and some oysters and all that, and places where you can get it fresh. Right there for me.
I know it's like I learned the most from experience, and I've had so many experiences in my life because of the traveling and the workshops and all those different things I've done. That's why I feel like I need to be in the space that really it's giving me that experience. If my goal is to teach people by giving them experience, by pushing them, or creating some workshop when they can see things how they work, or hands on, or yeah, just being in that space of transformation when you have that workshop where people are together and there's some energy before and after, how they're changing, how their faces, how the faces are changing. It's just amazing. Like, I love this.
Yes, I was gonna say you got to make sure you watch this so you can see your face, because you are like on the glow up when you start
I
talking about it. You just start glowing.
I know, because I love this so much. I'm talking to you, but I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I just those moments are precious, because I didn't know what I'm going to be talking to you. Like, I was thinking, okay, maybe I'm going to talk about my cards, and now I'm talking to you. I was like, oh my gosh, my life is so amazing. What I envision, it's not there yet, but it's just the vision I created with you on this call is like amazing. I got inspired.
I'm telling you, yeah, this is why I love doing this. This is why I love doing this, because it is so amazing. Because just like you're learning, I'm learning too, and everybody else will be learning from us. And it's just powerful, because I'm sitting here and I'm watching, I'm seeing your face. It's like a glow up. And I was like, look at this girl. She is just glowing when she's talking about this. And I just absolutely love it. It's like, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So anyway, I'm going to ask you one more thing. I need you to tell the people where they can find you, because I have truly enjoyed this interaction, and it is sadly time for us to shut it down, just because I do try hard to make these not so long, because I do know that people they have short attention span. And so I try to do 20 to 30 minutes. That way, that's enough time where you can get the nuggets. They can get in here and hear all the goodness and stuff. And then they can still take their short attention spans and go. That's what happens.
That's good. That's why TikTok is so popular, because it's a short amount of.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God. I keep saying I'm gonna get on there, but I just haven't.
Oh, it takes a lot of time. Trust me. It's another another tool.
Yeah, I was gonna say another job.
That's correct.
Like, oh my God, we got Facebook, we got Instagram, we got TikTok, we got Clubhouse, we got Twitter, we got all these things, and it's like, my God, really.
That's correct.
Anyway, share with the people how they can get in touch with you, who you're looking for as far as clients. Just share all the good stuff.
Okay, awesome. So my website, I can also share the links after. So maybe if you have a space to paste the link that is available too. So my website is yogiofnyc.com. And because I incorporate yoga and I work also with Kundalini and breath, and so yogiofnyc.com, and my handle on Instagram is Yelaya. I know it's hard. That's why I was thinking maybe I should type it, because it's going to be easier to find. And also I would like to invite whoever's listening to my group. I'm having this group. I'm my business partner Irina and we have this festival in our group, and this festival is called La Femme Rose, a sacred rose gala. And we would like to invite women who are on the call or listening or watching this later, healers, light workers, artists, and if they would like to take part in our festival, which is February 11th, 12th, and 13th. It's complimentary. You can show your talent and present for 30 minutes. And if you want more details, I can leave the sign up link. So whoever is interested in participating, showing themselves in the community in February, we would love to have them. So yeah, so I'll share the links. And my last thing to share is I'm looking for women who would like to be coached by fearless leader. I feel like I should emphasize this. Like I want to tap into, I don't want to put an age because age is just a number. So I want to call in the energy, whoever's listening, whoever's here and watching. I want to bring in the energy of a woman who's interested in being coached and tap into her true essence and overcome the fear, step into her boldness. And I'm getting chills, step into her light. And this essence of who is she, you know, who is this person who is hiding or who is playing small. I want to know whoever is ready to step into the light and be ferocious. I'm here to help and support.
That is so powerful, and I'm so excited that we were able to have this conversation because this has been just amazing. I must say that. And I know that you'll get so much out of this interview because I have. So, anyway, thank you so much for joining me, Paulina. Thank you for everyone that is watching, those of you that catch this on the replay. I'm so super excited that we were able to come on here and share all of this goodness. So again, thank you so much for joining Straight Out of Savannah, talking with Tammi. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. Bye now.
Thank you.
Don't go. Don't go.
I know.